Title: When Love Walks Away. Written by Elroi. Novel library. I first saw her at the park across from my apartment. She was sitting on a bench, staring at the ground like it had answers to questions no one dared to ask. Something about her pulled me in. Not just her beauty, but her sadness. It wrapped around her like a heavy coat she couldn't take off. I didn't approach her that day. I watched from a distance. But life, in its strange way, kept placing her in my path. At the café, at the bus stop, at the grocery store. She always looked like she was on the edge of tears. One day, I finally spoke. "You okay?" I asked, half expecting her to shrug me off. She looked at me, surprised. "I guess," she said softly. "Just trying to get through life, one unpaid bill at a time." That was the start. Her name was Aisha. She had dreams once of becoming a designer, of owning her own studio, but life had been cruel. A broken home, an ex who left her in debt, and the death of her younger brother had changed her. She was just surviving. I didn't fall for her in a moment. It happened gradually. With every late-night phone call, every laugh we shared despite her pain, every wall she let down. I loved how she didn't pretend to be okay. I loved her honesty, her scars. I wanted to fix everything. I helped her find a place to stay, paid for her design course enrollment behind her back, bought her art supplies she didn't ask for. And when she cried in frustration, thinking she wasn't enough, I held her. People told me I was giving too much, that she wasn't reciprocating, that I was setting myself up for heartbreak. But I didn't care. "I'm not doing this to get something back," I told my friend once. "I'm doing it because I care." I believed that love meant showing up, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. And for a while, it felt like she saw me too. She smiled more. She got a job. She started designing again. She started living again. But something in her eyes changed, and I couldn't quite name it yet. At first, it was small. She stopped texting goodnight. I told myself she was tired. She didn't hold my hand as often. I blamed it on the heat. She canceled our dates last minute and always had a reason: work, migraines, running errands. And I believed her. Because the heart, when it loves deeply, will always make excuses before accepting the truth. One evening, I made her favorite dinner, jollof rice with grilled chicken and plantain, and waited. She never showed. No call. No message. Nothing. I sat at that table, the candles flickering into silence. My chest tight with worry, confusion, and something deeper, a quiet ache that I didn't want to name. She came 2 days later, acting like nothing happened. "Sorry," she said casually. "I needed space." I smiled. "It's okay." But it wasn't. The girl I once knew, whose eyes lit up when she talked about her dreams, who used to lay her head on my chest just to hear my heartbeat, was slipping away. And I was too scared to ask why. Because I already knew. I once saw her phone light up with a message. Just a name and a heart emoji. I didn't ask. I didn't want to become the jealous boyfriend. I told myself, she loves you. She's just going through something. But deep down, I was shrinking, doubting myself, wondering if love was supposed to feel like this, like walking on eggshells in your own home. When I finally found the courage to talk, I kept it simple. "Do you still love me?" She looked at me, her expression unreadable. "You've done so much for me," she said. That wasn't the answer. And it hurt. Not because she didn't love me, but because I realized I had become her shelter, her provider, her stepping stone. But not her partner. Still, I stayed. Because sometimes we choose to stay in the storm we know, rather than face the unknown without them. The day it all ended wasn't loud. No slamming doors. No yelling. Just silence, like a goodbye that had been whispering for months, finally decided to speak. She sat across from me, looking tired. Not physically, but emotionally. Like being with me had become a burden she didn't know how to carry anymore. "I've met someone," she said. 4 words. And my heart cracked, not because she moved on, but because deep down, I already knew. I had just been hoping I was wrong. Funny thing about intuition, it never shouts, it whispers. But when we're in love, we silence it. We beg it to lie to us. I looked at her, this woman I had once dreamed of marrying, and all I could say was I ever enough? She hesitated. That silence was louder than any answer. "I needed you," she finally said, "but I never planned to stay." There it was. I was her safe place, not her final destination. Her comfort, not her future. She stood to leave. I didn't stop her. Not because I didn't love her, but because I finally loved myself more. After she left, I broke. I cried. I screamed into my pillow. I replayed every moment, every kiss, every lie disguised as love. I wanted to hate her, but I couldn't. Because part of healing is realizing not everyone who comes into your life is meant to stay. Some people are just lessons in disguise. I was her phase. Her almost. But now I know I deserve someone who chooses me with no hesitation. No doubts. No exits planned. So I picked myself up. I started again, not with someone else, but with me. I became the love I used to beg for. And maybe one day, someone will look at me and say, "I'm not here to heal from you. I'm here to grow with you." Until then, I'll keep walking. Stronger. Wiser. Free.